You got a half a page of predictions, bro. No, that's awesome, man.
What can we expect?
Right. Okay, let me pull this up here. What is up, everyone? It is your boy Josh or Zero here, bringing you all a brand new episode of Open Mic. Guys, Open Mic is where we are going to have open conversations about everything in the world of gaming, Gears of War, of course, as we are getting closer and closer to the E-Day Direct. We are less than a day away from this thing happening. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But I wanted to have a show where I did our first open mic with Extra Father, and I'm really excited about this one because we're going to start bringing in people from the community to give their predictions or their thoughts on what's happening with Gears of War and things that can be improved, things that can change, all of those things. And so this one is going to be a show that's going to revolve solely around Gears of War E-Day's Direct that is happening tomorrow. We can touch on a little bit the Xbox Game Showcase because I think that we're going to see Gears of War front and center as the first trailer tomorrow of the showcase, and then we won't see anything else until the Direct. But I want to kind of pick everybody's brain in the community on what we can expect here with Gears of War E-Day. And with that being said, I'm going to bring in a couple of guys who have been parts of my community, parts of like just the Gears of War community as a whole. And I'm really excited to have these guys on. And first and foremost, I've got Jack Fernley here, fellow filmmaker, he is a fellow filmmaker, he creates content. He's done some really cool breakdowns of the Gears of War E-Day trailer, the only trailer that we've had up to this point. Jack, what is up, brother? How are you, man?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Like I said in the kind of like pre-show, I've been an absolute gremlin. Last night I was on page 40 of Gears of War on Google. Googled it, went through it page by page, and could find anything. Yeah, here we are. Happy to be here.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And I really appreciate you. You've been a part of my community, dude, for a while now. You've been watching the content, watching the streams, and supporting the shows and stuff. I'm truly grateful for you. I've also got one of the guys who's been a part of my community, a part of a number of creators' communities, been supporting us like crazy, and bringing a lot of energy and absolute hype to E-Day and the Direct and everything else, is Lost. Lost, what is up, brother? I appreciate you joining us, man.
Yeah, what's going on, boys? I appreciate you having us on, man. Just fired up for E-Day and ready to get into this open mic. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, dude, definitely, man. And we're gonna with open mic, guys. This is a show where we are going to have conversations about like everything that's happening within Gears of War, like I said, but we're also going to take your live questions, live comments. So if you guys have any live questions or live comments or things that you want us to answer here on the show, go ahead and just put it into the comment section, or I should say into the chat, and then we'll answer those. And so I really want to like kind of just pick your guys' brains first and foremost. I mean, for the E-Day Direct here that is happening tomorrow, my first question is going to be, do you guys agree that the first trailer that gets shown at the E-Day Direct, or I should say at the Xbox Game Showcase, will be Gears of War E-Day as kind of like a teaser to what's coming later in the show, that being the Direct? What do you guys think of that? I'll start with you, Jack.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be what they call hype marketing in the kind of like marketing industry. Short little, probably 10-30 seconds, cut off, and then kind of like cliffhanger, and then it keeps you around. So yeah, I do think it will be. I mean, I haven't seen these showcases in a while. I don't know if they've changed the format, but I think they used to do that on E3, so I think they will do that. Yeah, start with a big bang. But
yeah, I think
this
so
is
too.
the year for Xbox, isn't it? 25th anniversary. They're gonna want to
It should be. It should be a pretty. Yeah, it should be a pretty big showcase. I mean, the rumors of other games that may be getting shown at the showcase. There's been a number of games, but that are getting rumored and stuff. But I think you started with kind of reminding everyone that, hey, the main event is coming at the end of this thing, that being the E-Day Direct. Lost, do you think that the first trailer that is shown at the showcase is Gears of War E-Day?
Yeah, I agree with the both of you. I think that Xbox has a history of doing this at their showcase and in terms of their direct. And Gears is the biggest game that's going to be revealed tomorrow. And
Yeah.
so for that reason, I think they give you a small taste, like Jack said in the beginning, to give you something to look forward to.
100%, dude. We got a couple people coming in the chat. Extra Father, what's up, brother? He's on his way to get in here, guys. Sir Beefcake, what is up, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Okay, so let's start with like our first prediction for before we actually get to the actual direct itself. Let's talk about, do you guys have any predictions in relation to maybe something that we like hasn't been revealed yet or anything for the Xbox Games Showcase? First and foremost, like, is there a game that you're kind of thinking might get announced here that maybe no one's really talking about at the showcase, or maybe it's like something that you're really interested in seeing, like a return to or a continuation of from Xbox? I'll start with you, Lost. Is there a game that you would say that you really want to see a return to, a game that you're excited about, that you want to learn more about at the Xbox Showcase outside of Gears of War E-Day?
Yeah, man. I think the next installment in Halo, I agree with Extra. I know he mentioned this once in a previous Gears cast. I think that obviously it's not going to be extensive because that game is way down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we are going to get somewhat of a flash of Halo stuff. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, Halo needs to have a return. I got the Master Chief mask right here, dude. Like,
That's it.
yeah. And so, Halo would be awesome. I mean, you want to talk about, dude, like the biggest bang of all time that Xbox has had on this like main stage of the Xbox Game Showcase. If you have like Gears, Halo, Fable. Obviously they have Call of Duty now. They kind of already showed Call of Duty. I don't know if they're going to go too deep into COD, but like it could be. I believe it's going to be the biggest showcase of all time. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think this one's going to be huge. Jack, what do you think? Is there anything that you, in particular, that you would really like to see at the showcase?
2 games. I mean, I'm a massive survival nerd. I know they've kind of confirmed it's State of Decay 3. I want that to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be there. But then also something with Bethesda.
Okay.
Something in my gut's telling me it's going to be a Fallout 3 remaster or something on the Elder Scrolls 6, because that has been. Was it earlier this year or late last year? They tweeted out like this is a big year for games ended in 6, and there ain't many games coming out or due to come out that are ending in 6. So I think they might give something on the Elder Scrolls 6, like just a little thing, because that trailer came out 7 years ago. Like I'm going to be 50 years old.
Wait, which one are we talking? Are we talking about Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
No, dude. For whatever reason, I don't think that we're going to see someone with Elder Scrolls. I mean, we really should at this point. I mean, dude, it's just taken absolutely forever, bro, I don't know. I can't believe it's taken so long for them to show us something else there. But yeah, I've also heard rumors of like Fallout remakes and like, a number of things because of Oblivion, and that, that game coming back, it was a huge success, and so yeah, Bethesda's been in an interesting position because I feel like they're kind of doubling down on Starfield, and I don't know if that's the best move for them, but nonetheless, I mean, yeah, I hope that they bring out something with Elder Scrolls. That'd be cool. And I agree with you with State of Decay 3. I think we're going to see more State of Decay 3 certainly at at the showcase for sure. I think they're going to have something pretty. I think they'll have probably a full-blown game. I would say the gameplay trailer more than likely will release at the showcase. Devin Parker, what's up, brother? Anyways, so yeah, I think they're going to show off a number of new things. I think they're also going to kind of give us updates on certain projects and like where they are in the process of development. So we got the showcase. We got obviously the first trailer. We all agree we think it's going to be Gears of War E-Day. We got the showcase. So the showcase comes. We get however many games they're going to show us. 30, 40. I mean, it's hard to say how many games they're going to show us this showcase. And then we get to the Gears of War E-Day Direct. And it has been confirmed that the E-Day Direct is going to be none other than anywheres between, it's going to be like a 30-minute deep dive, essentially, into E-Day. And, they're talking gameplay. We're talking, probably story trailers. It's hard to say whether or not they're going to give us anything in terms of multiplayer or, the Horde mode. The big thing, it sounds like, the big talking point, it seems, is it sounds like they're going to really focus in on gameplay with this thing. So, Jack, I'm going to start with you. When we get to the E-Day Direct, in terms of what would you how's the best way to put this? What is your number one thing that you're hoping to see at the Gears of War E-Day Direct? And it can be anything, right? It can be the campaign, it can be co-op, multiplayer, anything. What is the number one thing for you that you want to see at the Direct?
That's a tricky one. I want to see a lot of things. Probably, I want to see the horror. I know that's like the number one thing for a lot of people. I want to see the horror return. Like, back when I first played Gears of War 1, I was shit scared. The Tomb with the Berserker. The first time I played that, I didn't even play. I was watching my dad play it, and she comes through the wall. Oh my god! I want Berserkers. I want the horror back. I want a lot of things with this game, but that's probably the number one thing is the horror, man. The scary.
Yeah, the horror, the grit, and all of that. I mean, I think we got those vibes, right, from the first trailer. That announcement trailer, we got some horror vibes to it. I mean, there was, and the really like the brutality of what E-Day looks like what's going to be. There were moments in that trailer where I was talking to Extra yesterday on the Gears cast about this. There were moments where Marcus seemed frightened of a locust drone, and it's like you don't really think about it because it's like when you play the original games and stuff, all of the locusts, and some of them were scarier than others, but as a locust drone, it never really seemed like too big and scary. But in that trailer they really gave this idea they didn't have a totally different kind of locust character that was going up against Marcus. It was a locust drone, and the way that they portrayed that dude was wild to me. It was I love that they chose a drone to just show the sheer terror that is a drone. And with the new graphics and stuff, the horror elements, dude, I think they're absolutely coming back. I got my fingers crossed too, because I love horror games as well as the older Gears of War titles. Dude, I'm totally with you. I'm gonna go to you now, Lost. What would you say is the number one thing, dude, that you are most looking forward to when we talk about the Direct? What would be the number one thing for you before we start getting into predictions? What are you like? I've got to see this at the Direct.
Yeah, I hate to be unoriginal, but that's exactly where I was going to go. I agree with you guys that for me, the number one thing is that they double down on that amazing trailer they released a couple years ago with the dark tones. They made the community feel like we're going back in time,
Dude,
and we're returning. And I just so excited about that.
Has to be, man. Johto Jake, what's up, brother? Prediction for E-Day: we will play as both Marcus and Dom in the campaign, but we will also play as a locust drone emerging from an emergency hole or emergence hole. Similarly, how we played as Rom and in Rom's shadow. That's an interesting one, Jake. Very interesting. Okay, well let's start. I want to kind of let's talk about this. Do you guys think? Because I got to tell you guys that I don't think what Jake is saying is going to happen here. I believe that more than likely what's going to happen is we're going to play Marcus the entire game. We'll only be playing as Marcus. Now, I will say this. I've got a caveat to this. And what I think it is I think we're going to get a flashback before E-Day happened, and we're going to see Dom and Maria before everything goes crazy, dude. And we may play as Dom in that sequence, and we see Dom and Maria happy. You know, they're actually happy before everything just completely, I mean, the world like just falls apart. Maybe in a sequence like that, we might play as Dom, but I don't think that we're doing like half the game, half of the campaign being, you know, Marcus and then half Dom, or like vice versa, unless we do like some kind of like, if there's like couch co-op, you know what I mean? Or like co-op, like, you know, one person plays as Marcus, one plays as Dom, maybe something like that. But if you're playing just solo, I think we're just gonna play as Marcus. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I think we, if they have their head screwed on correctly, which it seems like they do, we will play as the Locust, but I think it'll be a DLC. One of my predictions here was going to be, it's like when you play as, the only real one time you play as the Locust in the campaign is Ram Shadow, right? Imagine they come out with the game, it sells amazingly, and then a year later, 6 months, whatever, they come out with, so you had Gears of War 3 Ram Shadow, make sure they come out with Gears of War E-Day, Ram's Emergence, and you control Ram for the first couple of days, and you just play as him. I think it'll be a DLC, but I do think we'll play as, well, they've said multiple times, isn't it? It's going to be a Marcus and Dom origin story. You know, I think they'll show the prologue will be the end of the Pendulum Wars. We'll see Carlos and how that really impacts both of them. But yeah, I think we'll play as Marcus and Dom, so you know, like couch co-op. Player 2 will be Dom. But yeah.
I'm with you on the DLC, dude. I would love to see them adding, you know, DLC down the road. That would be really interesting. Because I think that one of the things that we need to have with E-Day is we need to have legs. We can't treat this as a sprint as much as we treat it as a marathon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we don't just want this to, like, you know, take off for 2 months, and then after these 2 months, it just, like, you know, everything kind of, I mean, obviously we have GTA coming out, we've got a number of other titles that are coming, but like, I think that we have to treat it more as like a marathon of consistency, and I think one of the ways they can do that with a roadmap is by maybe adding some DLC, adding like just things along the journey. And I'm not saying necessarily like battle passes and all of that stuff. I'm just saying, like, I think that there's a number of ways that they can improve, adding new maps to Horde mode, adding new maps to multiplayer, adding like new Easter eggs to find in campaign. So maybe you've already played the campaign, but then you want to go back around again to get different Easter eggs that you get new, like badges and things of that nature for your COG gear and stuff. So there's a lot of ideas there. But I'm with you, dude. I would love DLC. What do you think, Lost, about us playing as both Marcus and Dom, and maybe, you know, a locust drone or something in a chapter of E-Day? What do you think about that?
Yeah, to touch on the DLC thing real quick, I think that's an awesome idea. And I think it's especially awesome because the Coalition has had a really bad habit of not building on the games that they release. It's like things go dry rather quickly. They don't maintain things. The servers are whack. And so I would love to see them continue to expand over time on E-Day, considering we all expect for it to be a really big game. To answer your question specifically, based on the context we have gotten from the Coalition, you know, over the last couple of years starting this game, I don't think that they're going to really expand outside of Marcus and Dom very much. I do think this game will pretty much be isolated as Marcus being the primary character for sure.
I think so too. I think, like, we're trying to bring, you know, Gears of War back, and if we're bringing Gears of War back and we're going based on the past of what we've had with the original trilogy, it's like, well, that original trilogy was Marcus, right? This was Marcus, and Kung Fu Hot Dog is in here. What is up, brother? Hey, dude.
Can you hear me, buddy?
Oh, dude, I can hear you, bro. Yeah, how you doing, man?
Good.
Dude, one of my guys. By the way, this is Kung Fu's joining in. One of the big supporters of the Gears of War scene, of the channel, of all of those things. Kung Fu Hot Dog, man, you've been creating a lot of content on your channel, dude. I've been seeing a lot of those posts and stuff.
They're traumatizing you with my thumbnails.
Yeah. How have you? How you been, brother?
I'm all right. I want to say hi to the other guys in the chat. How you doing, fellas? You all right? Good. Yeah, it's surreal finally talking to you, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I've got some predictions for tomorrow, and you might have mentioned these already, but I think that trailer that we've all seen for E-Day, you know, when they create these cutscenes, I often lambast them and say, oh, that's never going to be in the final game. Like when I think of Killzone 2 for PlayStation 3, when they had this infamous, it's actually in the game footage, and it wasn't, because Guerrilla Games got really mad by that. But I think with E-Day, what you see, that's going to be a new game mechanic where you're going to do like CQC with locust drones and probably pick up objects from the floor and smash them on the head with it, which would be great. I don't think there's any other game that's ever done that before, and certainly not. And if they have, well, the coalition, I think, are just going to find a way to level it up to a whole new experience that we've never seen before. I mean, look, if Matt Booty is that excited, then he knows something we don't, bro. I mean, he's seen the game. Mm-hmm. He's probably seen all the chapters.
Are you talking? So when Marcus like smashes the locust drone with the TV, you're talking about like throwable objects or like smashable objects. You're talking that's really interesting. I mean, Jack, what do you think about the throwable objects or smashable objects?
Yeah, I mean, you know, going from a filmmaker point of view, directors don't put things in trailers if it don't make sense. You know, they fill the frame with stuff that actually makes sense. And these guys know what they're doing. Like I found that little golden lancer. I think that's a little bit of a nice nod from the TC to the OG players. So yeah, when he smashed that TV around the drone's face, giving him some plastic surgery because he needs it. I do think it's going to be a gameplay mechanic. I do think it is. It'll hopefully, soften it for new players as well. Like if, new players come in, get to going to multiplayer and they get demolished by this veteran who's been playing it for 10 years and bouncing,
Yeah, right.
Hopefully it'll soften it. So I do think it'll be. I mean, it opens up new avenues for gameplay as well, doesn't it? Yeah,
it'd be very interesting. I even think that kind of goes into like even say as Marcus, you're say in the campaign horde mode or even multiplayer, like there's like if you remember in like Gears of War 3, you could like slide into cover and say there was a table. Well, you could like flip the table down and like cover yourself and like stuff like that. I think they could go to a whole new level here with E-Day. Lost, what do you think about having like throwable objects, smashable objects? What do you think about that in E-Day?
Yeah, guys, so developers are obviously very intentional and deliberate in what they try to highlight in any trailer that they release, and so it'll definitely be in the game in some capacity. I am actually of the mind that I do like it, but I hope that it's in a semi-limited scope. I just don't want it to get
too crazy, right? Yeah, you don't want it to go like too kind of off the wall. I totally agree. Like you don't want there to be like opportunities to really abuse mechanics, like like we've seen like with the wall bouncing and everything. And so like if there's a slide, which we'll get to it, if there's like a slide mechanic and wall bouncing, I mean we're talking like as maybe the fastest Gears of War of all time potentially, and we kind of want this to somewhat be good for beginners, intermediate players, experts, people who are brand new coming into the franchise. I think it's really important. We got Mudkip96. What's up, brother? I just hope TC will show enough or show the Locust killing civilians. I think it's important for the player to hate and fear the Locust. I think the brutality, we saw it in that trailer, guys. Like we saw it. The brutality and like just what was happening between like just Marcus to the locust drone, and I mean we saw a head get blown off and you see his spine and like you know what I mean, like it was the brutality, the destruction that's going to be this game. I don't think that they're going to really, if that trailer is anything like a premonition of what's coming, they're not going to hold back. Kung Fu, what do you think? Do you think that they're gonna go some places that might be a little controversial? What do you think?
Well, let me see. I'm thinking about Modern Warfare 2, right? When they came out in 2009,
Yeah.
no Russians. I don't think they could create something on that level, but it wouldn't be controversial because it's set in the Gears of War universe. Before I come back to that point, something that did occur to me when Devil May Cry, when that brand new game came out after DMC, everybody talks about this crazy moment where Dante comes out, makes the craziest entrance ever, right? And I think with the chainsaw, when you see that weapon being revealed, it's going to be something like that. It'll be so out of the blue, be like, what the F? You know what I mean? But it might make you chuckle as well at the same time, because I think the one thing that we're all thinking of, this game is going to be deadly serious. It's going to be dark. It's going to be moody. It's going to be gritty. Yes, it's going to be all of those things. But I think there's going to be room for a little bit of humor, but not the Marvel MCU humor, the Gears of War humor. We get it all the time. Even Marcus telling Fast to shut the F up in Gears 5 is a really funny moment because of the way the reactions come across. But in terms of controversial stuff, look, when the first Gears came out, what was Laura Fry's biggest beef with Cliff Blazinski? Well, I'm not sure about the chainsaw. It's a bit brutal. And I'm thinking, but you're cutting up things you're not cutting up humans. So they might find a new way to stoke the controversy again, because it's been far too long since they've actually done anything in terms of marketing. I know Shadows has been dropping a couple of things, like a build up to tomorrow. One of them I thought was actually from the game developers themselves, but I don't think it was. Something about things being under your bed at night. Was that from an old trailer of Gears, or was that something brand new from the TC?
I'm not sure.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
Right. I think as well.
Yeah, he's kind of Shadows has posted like some like fan made kind of little. It's kind of cool, like little trailers and stuff for the E-Day Direct and everything. It's awesome. I love how Shadows is like kind of putting all this, like these different things together. I'm with you. Jack, do you think that what do you think about the brutality? I mean, do you think that they're gonna last night when I was on the Gears cast with Extra, Extras had a prediction that that this game is going to be the Direct itself, because we're really talking about the Direct. What they could show us at the Direct. It could be so gruesome or just like gory and all that stuff that he thinks people are gonna throw up watching some of the Direct. He thinks that if it's anything like that trailer and it's just a ton more of it, it's gonna make some people queasy. Do you think it's gonna be like? You think they're gonna go there? You think they're gonna go all the way there, like with whether it's like controversy or just like the gore of E-Day? What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I think they've got to go there. I think I think the franchise needs a complete reset. 5 was a franchise killer, and there's a reason they've gone back to E-Day. Didn't do 6 because if they made 6, bye bye Gears of War, or Gears 6 as I should call it now. But yeah, I think they've got to go all out, man. I think they've got to return to form, put stuff in Gears of War that actually makes Gears of War, which is chainsaw on a gun, fucking chainsaw in Locust in half. In Gears of War 3 when you're for Anvil something, and the girls, Anya and Sam are outside, and you go out and rescue them, and that's
Anvil's Gate.
Yeah, that's it.
Correct.
Rips off the arm of that cog soldier, just beats him with it.
Yep.
Imagine that on 10. This is Unreal Engine 5 as well. The graphics on this is going to be insane. So yeah, I think they just got to keep doing it, man. I think different executions, classic curb stomp, on the head. I think it's going to be. I mean, I've got a prediction on one of those, but yeah, I think it's going to be. I think they just got to go all out on the gore. And the horror.
I think they could. I think they could too, brother. Lost. What do you think? Do you think they're gonna go? They might push a couple of buttons here for some people with what's coming with the brutality, or do you think that they might hold back a little bit? If that trailer was any indication, I don't think they're gonna hold back much. But what do you think?
Yeah, no, man. I think it's going to be really intense. I think it's going to be really brutal, and I don't think it should be that controversial. It's a mature game. It's Gears of War. At the beginning, this is what it was meant to be. And so anybody, in my opinion, who isn't aware of what Gears of War is and they have a problem with the brutality, I don't know. I just don't think it should be of their concern. They should gravitate towards what they are.
Yeah. Nope, I agree. Yeah, be who you are. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, Terry HB, what's up, brother? Map editor, please. Okay, so a map editor, guys. You know, obviously we have Halo Infinite, and one of the things that's, I mean, I think that still helps Halo Infinite to this day is, you know, Forge mode. You know, these guys are able to create maps, and some of the maps are cooler than what 343 or even Halo Studios now. Some of them are cooler than the maps that are actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually cooler to see some of the maps that these guys are making rather than actually what Halo Studios has done up to this point. What do you guys think? Extra and I have talked quite a bit. Extra's in here. Yo, what's up, Extra?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. We're 1 day away. Less than 23 hours away, bro. You ready or what?
You know it.
Dude. Okay, so Extra and I actually last night, guys, we were talking about one of the predictions being a map editor that we have. What do you guys think about a map editor? You think that would be something that would be good, or do you think it's something that should be added later to the experience? Like, let them focus on the major parts of E-Day first. Let's get these things right, maybe add editor later. Kung Fu, what do you think, brother?
I think they'll bring it much later on. I think what they want to do is just to see how this game goes, following on what Asher Sharma said. Hey, Extra, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Extra father from Boston. So I know you're not from Boston, but every time I see your name, I keep thinking of Ted the film. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
So going back to your question, Josh, yeah, they'll probably bring that in much later on. In fact, what I think they're going to do, I'm pretty sure that the TC already had these things lined up and might not tell you everything straight away. They don't want to blow their load straight away. They just want to give you enough to begin with. Think about it this way. Tomorrow's going to be the foreplay we've all been waiting for, right? And then obviously the next thing's going to be is when are they going to release the game? I think they're going to release it in August, not September, because September is becoming a very overcrowded month for video game releases. Onimusha from Capcom is coming out. I forgot the other main titles that are coming out in September as well, but people are saying, why is Gears going to be there? It's going to get overshadowed by these potentially other awesome received AAA titles. So I think they might bring it to the last week of August for a release date.
I mean, that would be
Just to give
cool.
it room.
I just like the games that are getting released though in September. They're not really like Gears though. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got Wolverine, which is going to be. I mean, I agree that
That's
some of
the
them,
problem, yeah.
some of them are going to be big. I'm with you on that for sure. Yeah, it's kind of it's touchy, dude. Yeah, I think we are going to hear about the release date certainly. But and if they don't tell us a release date, dude, it's like, wait, what? Like they're gonna release. They're gonna tell us when it is for sure.
I'll tell you one thing quickly, guys. Like, I think all of you, like me, like the golden era of gaming is like the 360 PlayStation 3 era. I would go into a game shop in London. I think it was just called the Game Station, and then it just was just game. But you didn't worry about, oh, right, this game came out this month and now Uncharted 2 is coming out in a couple of months' time. You had actually room to play. And I think we're kind of getting that again, but now people are like making assumptions. Oh, well, GTA 6 is coming out November the 19th and we've all got to clear the decks. I don't think people are going to give a shit too much about GTA 6 in terms of that. I'm more hyped for this game and maybe a couple of others. Look, the Stellar Blade 2 trailer that dropped last night, I'm thinking, I'm more interested in that than GTA 6. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be fans going crazy. This is gonna be the best game ever, bro. I mean, look, Gears of War E-Day, it should be in the nominations with Jeff Keighley. I don't really give a crap about the Game Awards, but it's funny to watch Jeff Keighley make a fool of himself all the time. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see. Like, I hope. By the way, I'm going to predict that on the Metacritic score, I think you'll probably get 93 or 94.
Nice.
Make it the
That
highest
would
rated
be
game so
great.
far.
That would be a great number for sure. Jack, what do you?
That's what PC needs.
Yeah. Jack,
in
what do you
terms of
think?
what, the map editor?
Map editor. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it needs to come out. There's a reason why Skyrim. Hold on, go to the next guy. My dog's good at that.
All right. Lost. What do you think of the map editor, brother?
Yeah, I think if they do eventually introduce it, it will be down the road. It's a pretty large entity in itself, regardless of what game it is, and rolling it out properly is not an easy thing to do, to try to incorporate into the game. And so I would certainly agree that it can be on such a large platform on its own that it should be a little bit further down the road, maybe 6 months or so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see them doing a map editor. I think that they may announce it. I don't think that they're gonna release it day one, as I don't think that they probably should. They probably should focus on the 3 core elements of it: campaign, multiplayer, co-op, and then kind of go from there. Jack, did you have anything you wanted to add to the map editor?
Yeah, I mean, if Gears of War is going to have longevity, they need to have the map editor. There's a reason why Skyrim is still played today, and it's what, 11, 12, 13-year-old game. It's because of the mods. It's the community support. If we have a map editor, it's going to be off. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to add it day one, but it'll probably be something they add down the line. Don't know how far down the line, but yeah, it needs to get added.
I think it'd be awesome. I think I was telling Extra yesterday that I think people in the community would like create. They could get to a point where they create better maps than the coalition will create. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some maps that are going to become iconic to us from E-Day. And by the way, I primarily want all new maps at launch. I don't want any rinse and repeat type of maps at launch. I want it all brand new. Like, your job as a developer is to come up with really good ideas for maps, like for all of this stuff. Like, I want to play new stuff. Maybe later on, and if they do a seasonal system, they can add some of the classics from the older Gears of War games. But I really want fresh maps. Extra, do you think map editor day one, or you think later down the road?
No, I think it needs to be added later on. Like, if they do wait, like, for me, if I was, like, say if I was producing this game, I would wait until, like, all of our content drops and then add in something like that to keep everybody engaged. Because something like that could really help not only the community, but, like, keep people just on the game. Because, like, think of how many things, like, we got a Gears of War Redux coming. Like, that, they're not even getting paid for that. So, like, dude, we could come up with so many different things. Like, there's so many different things that they've done in, like, Halo to keep it relevant. They've done things in Battlefield 6. I mean, we know how that's going right now. But, like, just more creativity in the community only helps the game. Like, it's never going to hurt the game. Even if it's broken, people are still going to find a way to have fun with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's kind of like we were talking about ranked play, like adding ranked play down the road to kind of get like rejuice kind of get everyone to come back, because that's what Call of Duty does every year. They release, ranked play a few months after the game releases, and it gets everyone to come back to the game. So if you do like a map editor at some point, it kind of brings in like a number of creatives at least to try to create maps, and then if they have a really good ecosystem around it and some good ideas around it, bro, it could be awesome. It could be like a second wave, a third wave, whatever, however you want to look at it. So we got the Bew. What's up, brother? My prediction is one city, destructible buildings, more weighty feel to the game, slower overall gameplay like a cover shooter should be. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be happening in the city of Kelowna, so over several days, and destructible buildings. I mean, yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. Emergence holes, bringing down buildings. Like just the absolute destruction of this day. That being E-Day. I think that we could absolutely see a lot of that. Now, in terms of slower overall gameplay, I'm down with that because it would be good for like for really everyone. I just don't know how slow it's going to be if they're adding certain things like slide mechanics to the game. Now, unless it's like a slide mechanic, we were talking, guys, like yesterday, like imagine you have the power-up weapons on the map, and when you go to get your power-up weapon, you slide in to grab it instead of just like, you know, like picking it up, you're sliding in to get it. And maybe the slide mechanic isn't for, like, it's not something that you're using all the time. It's just in certain circumstances. So anyways, let's talk about slower overall gameplay. I like that idea, just because I think it'd be good for the newbies that are coming in. Jack, what do you think about a slower gameplay?
I mean, I think it'll be good. Yeah, I mean, look at Reloaded, right? It was pretty shit, but the one thing that they didn't do was support it. They didn't support it. They fucked up the last year and then they left. And then you barely got any lobbies nowadays. You can't find a game. All the new people, especially for the PlayStation, you know, the whole point of Reloaded was to bring in the PlayStation fans. Brought them in, devs are nowhere to be seen. And now you jump into a lobby, if you can find one, is 15, 20-year-old vets, sweaty, dum, 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 dum. You got one shot down. And like, you know, that ain't appealing to new people. So I think slower gameplay, new gameplay mechanics that can kind of, you know, help buffer that. You know, it's just gonna help the longevity and help the game.
Yeah. What do you think, Kung Fu? You think that a slower gameplay will be beneficial to the franchise?
Yeah, well, I got two things to add to that. First of all, have you gents seen Band of Brothers?
Yes.
Been a long time.
Yeah, it's been dude. It's been a long time. Now we're doing a throwback here.
Yeah. The reason why I call that back because Cliff Blazinski said that was the inspiration for Gears of War. I'd also say even Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger was a predecessor. Think of that as a live action Gears of War movie. You don't have to make one, just watch that one. So I think in regards to Band of Brothers, they might incorporate things like that into it. I also think, as well, if you talk about slowing down the narrative, could we get a flashback of Marcus Fenix and Dom when they were kids? Because we know Marcus Fenix he had a bit of a posh spoken voice like I did, which is hard to believe because he becomes this gruff grunt later on. So, because I know the Uncharted original trilogy did a flashback of the Drake brothers much later on. So they might go back to that because I've always said, after Gears 3 ended, why didn't they just reset everything by doing a prequel set of games? If Cliff Blazinski was still there, they might have done that. I don't know. I'm speculating there. But yeah, in terms of slow gameplay, yeah, you got to breathe a little bit. Just take in the world of Kelowna, see what's going on. They'll probably come across. I mean, think about the trophies you're going to pick up. Yeah, you got to pick up something, collectibles. What collectibles are they going to give that's going to give meaning and purpose for Marcus and Dom while they're just figuring out what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And I know the Krill won't return, but I asked Shadows that on the super chat. Do you think they might bring the Krill back? And he said, well, no, because Ron wasn't controlling them then. But he said he wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to retcon that and bring it in. Because can you imagine the Krill with Unreal Engine 5?
I absolutely would. I absolutely
would. You gotta have the Krill, man. You gotta have it. If it's gonna be a horror game,
there you go.
You gotta have the. I mean, in the trailer as well. I was looking at the windows as the fight was going on. The Kelvin goes down from a higher key to a lower key, and it's more green. And when I was playing Realm Shadow literally about 2 days ago, when the tremors are boom, boom, you know, summoning the Krill, it goes green, doesn't it? So I want to see the Krill, man. That's like the one thing I want to see is the Krill, because the Krill just add so much atmosphere, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
My favourite part in the first game, when they're on that thing going across the bridge and the Krill come out. Oh my God! I shut my
Yes, I mean that's Pitch Black with Vin Diesel. That was in the year 2000. So again, they took that and put it in the game.
And then as well, like, you can do so much with that as well. You know, when you can like shoot out. You know, when you're pushing that car and you've got a trike and then you've got the sniper, you can shoot out the light on the sniper. You can do so much with that. Maybe you can throw a frag grenade and, you know, blow some up and the Krill gain access to the new part of the building or whatever. Like, there's so much that you can do. they've
I'd
got
love to
have
see
the
what they
grill.
did with. You remember the flashlight on the Gears of War 4 custom Lancer?
Mhm.
I want to see something like that return, because like
Yeah.
that just adds to it. Like it
does,
doesn't
it
take
does.
away anything. Just put a fucking flashlight on the Lancer. Like just do that for me, please.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, no, I'm with you guys though. In terms of the krill coming back, dude, it'd be awesome. Lost, what do you think about slower gameplay, dude?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, slow is a touch and go kind of word for me when it comes to Gears. I do agree it got out of hand with Gears 5. The deletions with the Lawrence, what have you. But what I'll say is Gears of War is always and should be a high skill cap game. And I'm all for inclusivity and making sure that everybody has a good time, and there should be game modes that gravitate in that direction. But with that being said, I definitely don't want to alienate the part of the fan base in this community that enjoys that kind of sweaty nature of certain modes. And my concern would be if you slowed it down too much. Obviously, I'm speaking more so from a multiplayer perspective as opposed to a campaign.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where I'm coming from. I agree with the sentiment, but I like a certain amount of pace, especially in the multiplayer area.
Of course, yeah. Extra, you and I yesterday were talking about how this game, and we talked about it ad nauseum at this point. Gears of War E-Day needs to, they need to make certain fundamental changes to the game, but they also, this needs to be the most user-friendly, or I mean user-friendly, but like noob-friendly Gears of War we've ever had. What do you think about a slower, just kind of slowing the gameplay down a little bit? Maybe they add some new mechanics, but overall, just like let's start with like slower gameplay.
Well, like if we think about like what this game is, it's basically a reset. So they need to do something in a big way to change the gameplay, because it just needs to happen. In all honesty, it just needs to happen. The quickness in Gears 4 and then Gears 5, like Gears 4 was more enjoyable for me than Gears 5, because the game just felt more like Gears. Like the Lancer felt more like Gears, the Gnasher felt more like Gears. It was a little quick though. But speaking of like the slow movement, I went back over these past few days and I've been playing Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3.
Mm-hmm.
I had the most fun, believe it or not, playing Gears of War 1. Now that is kind of crazy to me, because I love Gears of War 3. But like, I love Gears of War 3. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah, it's my
But
favorite of the trilogy.
There's something about Gears of War 1 that is just like, man, if I could just get better at this game, if I could just get better at the timing, if I could just pick up this weapon just a little bit sooner or something like that. It's just like, I don't think it should be slow as Gears of War 1, but like somewhere around that, like in between a Gears of War 1 or a Gears of War 2, I don't know if they should do like the whole wall bouncing though. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to
that's a
feel
tricky-
it
that's a
before
very tricky
like
one.
anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'd have to feel it.
Yeah, it's tough. I know. I agree, man. Guys, you guys are going crazy here. Appreciate all of you. Jersey Devils, what's up, brother? One more day, bro. We're we're getting really close. Let's see here.
I'm not gonna sleep.
I'm gonna have a hard time.
22 hours now.
I'm gonna have
22 hours, man. I can smell it.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, so here's one. Heavenly Ken, what is up, brother? I think it's going to start underground. Everyone's been saying the campaign is going to start with the piece after the Pendulum Wars, but I think it's going to start with Queen Mira doing a speech to her army. Well,
Shout out to my wife.
you know what? I mean, what I will tell you is, well, starting underground, look, I will say that I think the game is going to start kind of like, it's one of two things I think is going to happen here, guys. I think the first one is we start immediately. Like day one is like E-Day is like it's beginning, like everything's like happening. Like maybe that first scene is the first trailer in the announcement trailer. Like we're fighting the drone. That's like the beginning of the game, and then there's a flashback when Dom and Marcus have that interaction. And you see Dom, you see Marcus, they like look at each other. You can see there's like fear in their eyes, but there's also like that brotherhood. There's like a connection there. And then maybe in that sequence, like there's a flashback in that moment. So we start immediately high intensity, and then we go back in time. And then we see Dom with Maria or Marcus or like whatever before everything goes absolutely haywire. I don't think we're gonna start with the Locust at all with E-Day. I mean, it's possible, but I think we're gonna start more like, it's either gonna start like we're like guns blazing and then we have flashbacks, and we kind of are moving like forward slowly while having flashbacks, or we start the game where like before everything, all hell like breaks loose. What do you guys think about the beginning? You think we start with the Locust? You think we start during E-Day and then we get flashbacks? Do you think we start like before E-Day, that date ends up happening? Kung Fu, what do you think?
I've always played with the idea that we're going to get a flashback to start the game off rather than a big crescendo. I want to see Helena Stroud, maybe with her daughter Anya, but I think Anya is somewhere else at the time this all kicks off. So it just depends. It could be like maybe a couple of hours or so before everything just goes completely butt wild crazy. So yeah, they're going to start in a way that it'll just catch you by surprise. I think it'd be a big mistake to kind of just go guns blazing in. Just go in quietly, and then, because if you've played Gears of War like Extra said he's done, see how that game starts off. Yeah, they're probably going to... I think Gears of War 1 is just going to be like, that's the template, it's the DNA. And the TC have just gone in and they're like, you know what? This is what we're going to do different for this particular game. We're going to take the player on the most brutal ride they've ever had, okay? And for you to get from A to B, it's going to be trench warfare, everything. I would like to even see a training segment with, not if they weren't even Delta Squad then, but some sort of military training where these guys are going through it. Maybe they might even put you through a Call of Duty style training simulator. I mean, there were hints of that, very slight hints, like take path B or take this path, and you do a couple of things before then just to get you practicing. But it depends. I mean, they're bringing in noobs. I don't think this is going to do well on PlayStation 5, because when Mass Effect 3 came out on Xbox and it ported over to PlayStation 3, it was replete with bugs. And I'm saying that because people kind of locked out afterwards on that one. And I think, is there a Gears hardcore community for PlayStation? Reloaded proved there's no apathy for it, which is sad. So I think they're going to concentrate on it being an exclusive from day one, and all those goodies that we're going to have coming with it, like in terms of the storyline. That's going to be, put it this way, the first 5 minutes is going to cement the critic scores. That's what it's going to be. That's what they're counting on. It's like you go to Hollywood, you got 30 seconds to sell me an idea. They've got like 30 seconds or more to tell you, all the IGN reviewers, because we know they can't play video games, what it's actually going to be. So yeah, I think it's going to be flashback heavy, but in a good way.
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking there's going to be for sure some flashbacks for sure. It'll be interesting. Jack, do you think that we start during E-Day and we get flashbacks? Do you think we start before E-Day starts? How do you think this thing starts up?
It won't start off straight away. When you direct it, you want to have your world building. Your world building shot, set the scene, right? Where are we? Kelowna. No one fucking knows Kelowna apart from the little thing in Judgment. It's a blank slate. They won't start with E-Day. They gotta, it's guaranteed the Pentagon Wars will be in it. You gotta have Carlos in it, and that, brings in Dom and Marcus's relationship. So if I were them, I'd start off kind of like how Gears of War 4 started. Maybe they make a new battle, Then they show, maybe Adam Phoenix bringing together the Hammer of Dawn, and then you got that scene out of, what book is it, where they're on the ships and they destroy one of the UIR ships, and someone's like Almighty God or something like that. Maybe something like that. Start with the Pendulum Wars, and then you go into, celebrations. What I think is, I think we're going to see a fair amount of Carmines as well, because everybody loves, Carmine. Who's going to die, right? I think we'll have Daddy Carmine in our squad, but I think I hope they do this. We have Fredo, or Fredo, however you say his name, reporting the news, but then we interrupt this broadcast, and then they cut to Janamon, and you see just this fucking massive Ram with like Scourge behind him. That's how you can put Ram in as well, right? Is through the news, because you can't fight him, because it takes away from Gears of War 1. It's like you'll have like the news broadcast, Fredo might be reporting, and then you see Will Carmine, serrated blade through his skull. I think that's how they'll probably start it. Pendulum Wars, 6 weeks, condense it down to maybe 30 minutes of gameplay. Maria's family, the kids, and then we interrupt this broadcast, boom, boom, boom. And then you got Chairman Dalio like cutting it off. They don't want the face spreading or something. I think that's how they'll start. But they'll start off with the world building shots. Who's this character? What's the relationships?
Yeah. No, it's interesting, man. Lost, what do you think, dude? You think that we start with the Locust? You think we start on E-Day? You think we start before E-Day?
I actually think they do just drop you straight into the fire, the beginnings of E-Day, as soon as the story starts. It's hitting the fan. But I think it's pretty brief. And then all of a sudden, I think the conversation between Marcus and Dom, with the insanity that's going on, leads to a more extensive flashback to like the Pendulum Wars, Carlos and how he dies, and other additional Carmines. And I just think they've got to incorporate them. It's almost fits. Carlos is too influential to who Marcus is as a person, a present day.
Yeah.
So that's how I think it's obviously the flashback too.
Yeah.
That's how we go.
No, it's awesome, man. Extra, what do you think, dude? You think we got we're getting a lot of opinions in here in the live chat. I mean, what do you what do you think we go launch into this thing an E-Day? Because they did say it's several days in the city of Kelowna. Now, I mean, will they even have flashbacks? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're just like, we're going right into this thing, it's hard I just feel like if you got to kind of build up a little bit with this, especially you got new people coming in. I mean, what do you think?
For me, what I would do is I would start the day before E-Day, and I'd have like kind of this, what'd you call it? Like, there's a bunch of like narrative direction heading your way, like specifically through dialogue and atmosphere. Like, I'm trying to think of a specific movie, or like it just shows you like a conversation between Marcus and Dom, or Marcus and Carlos, and they're talking about the Pendulum Wars, and something like that could really like give us background about like what's going on between those two characters, and then start into something like that. I don't know. I would like to see how they did with Gears of War 4, like how they kind of dropped right into the action, but it wasn't necessarily about the main story right away. I would like to see something. Can't think right now. I need my coffee.
Well, the interesting thing with like the training, the training grounds and stuff, like all that stuff. I think that especially with a lot of like, because Kung Fu kind of alluded to having like some form of, if we've got a lot of new people coming in, it's gonna. I mean, the best way really to learn the mechanics is going to be the campaign, and then those guys and girls go right into like co-op, right? They play with their friends, learn about all the mechanics and stuff before you go into, the trenches of like multiplayer. So I think that having a training grounds, how that gets incorporated in the beginning of E-Day is going to be very fascinating to me. How they do that. Let's see here. Disturbed 2 Link, what's up, brother? Gears of War 3 is my favorite version of Horde 2. I mean, Gears of War 3, dude, I believe is one of the greatest games of all time. It was crazy how I felt like from Gears of War 1 to Gears of War 2, they were able to top Gears of War 1 with Gears of War 2, and then they were able to even top that, Gears of War, 2 to Gears of War 3. It was unbelievable. And yeah, they improved Horde mode with like fortifications. It was awesome, man. Totally with you. Gears Hype, thank you so much for joining the community. Really appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Who else we got in here? Terry HB, what's up? I don't think it should be an exclusive. I mean, that's been something that we've been talking about, a lot. The exclusivity thing. I know Kung Fu, you had mentioned that the exclusivity is with what happened with Reloaded. Now, I think it's a little bit different with Reloaded, though, because Reloaded had, some of the worst marketing I've ever seen. There wasn't really it was non-existent marketing. It was terrible. Extras brought up no Horde mode, even though Gears of War 1 originally didn't have Horde mode. There wasn't. And I'm guys.
For new players
I've said this a multitude of times, guys. I don't believe the Coalition wanted to make Reloaded. I actually think they wanted to do E-Day, but I think they wanted to do a collection where they put all 3 of them together and release them all at the same time. And I think Xbox wanted to milk it, as much as they possibly could. And it coming to PlayStation. Yeah, it didn't sell great. Now, the numbers have got, they've improved. I think that the last time that I was looking, it sold anywhere, I think it was around 750,000 copies on PlayStation, which really is when you think about as many people there are on PlayStation, it's not a great number. It's not an amazing.
1%?
Helldivers 2 sold 1 million copies within a week.
First week.
Yeah. So it's different. But see, Reloaded was, when we think about it, it's we already had Ultimate Edition, and then their release, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me the way that they did this. So I really think that E-Day, if it comes out on PlayStation day 1, or if it's a timed exclusive, I think we have to look at how does Gears of War grow to the next level where it can compete with Arc Raiders? Can it compete with a game like PUBG? Could it get to a point of being up there with the other shooters like Call of Duty and Apex and all these other games? I believe that the path to do that is first and foremost make a great game, but second of all, it's got to go to the masses. And I know PC is the biggest of all of this, and it's going to go to PC, but I just feel like you are limiting the amount of exposure that this thing can go to if you don't have PlayStation coming along on this journey with us. I just think it would be a massive missed opportunity. I really do. I think that we would still be somewhat in a box, right, of we're tied to Xbox still, and Gears of War 20th year anniversary. I believe that it's time that those chains are taken off, dude. Let's just see what happens. Give us one title. Give me one title on PlayStation, and let's see what it does. Outside of a remaster, whatever, however you want to look at Reloaded, give us an entry, because that's where I think not the disconnect is, but I really feel that that's what's been maybe holding back the franchise outside of the last couple of games, not really meeting the expectation of players. I liked Gears of War 4 for what it was, but I think Gears 5 was just that step, that shift in the wrong direction. And I really think that PlayStation should be along for the ride. But Kung Fu, I know you had mentioned that the exclusivity thing is, there's a good chance that this is going to be an exclusive. There's a chance that it could be a timed exclusive. With Asha Sharma coming in, she's making a lot of moves, a lot of changes, right? And I think that she's trying to bring Xbox back. Gears of War could be, E-Day could be that game that helps to maybe sell consoles for them if they make it an exclusive. And I'm sure it would do good for Xbox, but do you think that this could potentially become a timed exclusive, that being E-Day?
I don't know if you guys caught the Bloomberg interview with Sharma this week, 16 minutes long, where she said games released on Xbox will be judged on a case-by-case basis as to whether they'll be remaining on the Xbox or we're going to spread the coverage out and put it on PlayStation. So I think it'll be a timed exclusive. I would say maybe that's the problem, you see, maybe 6 to maybe 10 months down the line, it gets released on PlayStation 5. Are the fan base ready to engage, or will they just drop out? If they drop out, any future titles of Gears of War will be exclusive only, I think, because as Shadows has reminded us, there's going to be an anthology of Gears games coming up, which is going to be exciting because, again, Sharma's talked about they've got these AI tools that they want to use to bring a certain new levity of graphics and everything else to the gameplay, despite the so-called hardware shortage, whatever that is. I think she believes that's, she doesn't say it's fake, but she said there's ways that Microsoft and Xbox are trying to circumvent that. So, yeah, I think it's, I mean, look, tomorrow when they drop that trailer, we're all going to be looking down below, right? Available on this, and that. And if we don't see PlayStation 5, well, that pretty much answers the question.
Yeah, well, they have a very easy. I mean, they don't have to release it on PlayStation because I mean that first trailer didn't show it coming to PlayStation, so it's like, no, guys, it's not coming to PlayStation. You know, they have a very easy way out. Whereas with, like, you know, Forza, Fable, those ones said PlayStation, it's coming to PlayStation 5. Fable said day one. I think it's going to change, though. I think that they're going to change the Fable being more, I think they're going to make it more of a timed exclusive for that. But Jack, what do you think about the exclusivity argument here for E-Day?
I think it'll be a timed exclusive. I think the whole point, I think I agree with you on the Gears of War Reloaded. I think the Coalition wanted to do it. I mean, they just reused assets, right? And they even spoiled Dom's story on the little counter intros that they did. Literally his entire story out there on this quote-unquote intro trailer. So, yeah, I think it'll be a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you two or any of you have watched the new interview that just dropped with the new CEO.
Asha, yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. She talks about exclusives, but making it, you know, available everywhere. So I think it'll be a timed exclusive. How long? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because past however many years, is it Phil Spencer? Remember him? Mm-hmm. He, you know, he brought everything, you know. So I think, you know, she's got a lot of stuff to kind of undo. It's kind of split the fan base, I think. You know, there's a lot of people on Xbox who want it exclusive. Some people want, you know, to make things multi-platform. I don't know, I think she's going to meet it in the middle. It's timed exclusive, and then however long is up to her. Yeah, I think it'll be exclusive.
Well, you know, I've told Extra this, like, I just feel like there's a lack of innovation happening in the gaming industry. Like what I mean by that is games that are like Gears of War that have been around for 20 years. Those games should be now available to everyone, and you should have new ideas, new IPs that should be coming out that are replacing the Master Chiefs of the world, the Marcus Phoenixes of the world, and those are the new exclusives. These games that have, like, been around for so long, bro, like, it's like it's time that that other people get an opportunity to play them. The argument on the flip side is, like, you have Nintendo over here. They're never going to release Mario to anything else, and because they don't have to, because they already have all the kids. They've got all the like, it's a family console. But, like, I just feel that there's certain games that just deserve now to have, like, almost like a second life, where they're now going to, like, a fresh audience of people, and so anyways, I don't know, it's tough. Lost, what do you think about you know, E-Day being exclusive versus going multi-platform here?
Yeah, first let me preface what I'm about to say with that I don't have a dog in this fight when it comes to console wars. I have been an Xbox guy my entire life. I still am. I'm Xbox PC. That's what I call home. Mm-hmm. But I will say that the energy that Asha has brought since she's come on board with Xbox is very much of one that they want to bring this franchise from the depths, you know. And Gears, while yes, it has fallen considerably over the years, and rightfully so, and it'll never be a GTA level game as you guys have discussed in the past, it's still a really big title for them. And the way that they're presenting Eden, to me, it strikes me as though they're going to go exclusive entirely. I'm not saying that's what I want, but I think that they're going to lay the hammer. I think they've been building a lot of hype about this showcase specifically being the biggest of all time. You guys have admitted as much. They've got pretty significant titles coming out over the span of about the next 6 to 7 months with Fable. They just released Forza, which took off as an Xbox exclusive. I know you guys have talked about that as well. The list goes on and on. And again, at the Gears level, fans who don't care about how much money Xbox is making, they just want to see Gears thrive as much as it can. I totally relate and respect the fact that we want to see it take off. And by opening it up to other platforms like PS5, you have more opportunity to do that. But Xbox is not going to concern itself as much with that. If they feel like this game is going to hit the ground running, it's going to be huge, they might view it as it's going to be so big that other people are going to be enticed to buy an Xbox because they want to play this game.
Yeah.
They might be putting all their eggs in that basket, and to me, that's where I think they're going to go with it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for me because I really want to I want nothing more than to see the growth of the franchise. Extra, you and I have talked about it ad nauseum, dude. You think that you think, obviously, we're less than 24 hours away from this thing kind of revealing itself to us. You think this will come out as just an Xbox exclusive, timed exclusive, or, I mean, really, I guess those are kind of the two major options. Exclusive, timed exclusive, or just multi-platform day one. What do you think, dude?
I think it makes a lot of sense for Xbox to, like, for me personally, I would like a timed exclusive because it just makes more sense for the broader sense of things. But from an Xbox perspective, it just makes so much sense to make it exclusive. Like, we've literally heard nothing about this game. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Mm-hmm. For 2 years, we've heard absolutely fucking nothing. They've hyped this showcase up so much. And I think that's for a good reason, like Lost has brought up. I like to be that silent about a game like this and it be the direct. Something's off here. So I have a good sense that it could be exclusive. It very well could be.
They are. You're right though, dude. They're hyping it up on like the Xbox, like the front page.
See it everywhere.
It's everywhere, dude. They really are. There's a confidence in it for sure. I want to get some of your guys' predictions here in a second. We'll start with you, Jack. I know you've got some predictions, but let's dude, I gotta welcome some of you guys in, bro. Like, you guys are crushing it, dude. I love you guys, man. Nico, what's up, brother? Tej, what's happening, dude? Dr. Mello, what up, bro? King C, what's up, man? Dude, we got everybody's like so ready. Tej goes, Yo Zero, give my regards to the boys. Appreciate all you keeping this going. Gears is so back. It is, man. I mean, it's back, dude. And it's like, look, it's the way I look at it, dude, is Gears of War is nothing without us as the community. All of you guys who are in the chat, all of us, dude, it's they're nothing without us as the community. And so we have to be the pulse for this thing. And I think that we have to be vocal when there's things that are great, dude. We have to like give massive kudos to the coalition. When things aren't good, we've got to put the spotlight on those things in an attempt to fix things. And so I think it's going to create a really healthy ecosystem for everybody. What's up? This is I am Mrs. Nesbitt. What's up? We've got Bosky. What's up, bro? How you doing, dude? Yeah, we got a lot of you guys in here, man. Really appreciate all of you guys for being here for sure. Jack, I want to get one of your predictions, something that we haven't talked about yet. If you've got something that we have not talked about yet in relation to the direct specifically, something that the coalition is going to show us or do or whatever, During this direct, what is a prediction that you've got? Could be a hot take, bold prediction, or just a prediction. What do you think?
I think they'll return to what they've done in the past. Cliffy B coming out with a chainsaw. Someone from the coalition coming out. Big grand entrance. I mean, it's about E-Day, right? The little poster they put out. What is it, like evicted? They're really going with that, you know, E-summer.
Yeah.
I think if they were gonna do something around E-Day, the E something, which I think they will. I think everybody will get in there. It'll turn dark. The red omen will come on, and the ground will literally an E-hole, and then it'll begin. Boom! Trailer, you know, Marcus, whatever. And then we'll hear the Adam, or what's he called? Adam Summer, the composer of the Emergence song, will play.
Yes.
Mate, and then, you know,
Can't wait.
And then like maybe a small Emergence hall, and then, you know, Arsha comes out, the coalition. Yeah, I think they'll do that, man. Like summer Emergence.
Wow.
Maybe they ain't got the budget for that grand idea, you know, the floor and the awning just. But yeah, I think they'll do something like that. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, think about what they did with Gears 5. Like they did a lot for Gears 5 at that. Was it E3 back then, or was it what was it called?
Yeah, I think it was E3.
Was it
Dude.
E3?
I think
E3,
it was E3 for Gears
Yeah.
5 for sure.
They did a lot for Gears 5. Like they had a high budget for Gears 5.
They did. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I mean, it's open.
Fucking
For
thing
sure.
opened up and fucking swarm pods underneath and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. They did a lot. I think they're gonna have something really special for it. What do you think, Kung Fu? Do you have a bold prediction or anything for the
I've
showcase?
got a couple of bold predictions. So,
Okay.
following off what Jack said, this trailer had better be full-blown heavy metal. I want to hear some Judas Priest, something to liven it up. Because look, we've had Black Sabbath. Okay, we got to get the Priest in, or some heavy metal band, maybe Slayer, just to rock it up. That's one prediction. The other one is, look, you got a super team there, super teams. You got Bethesda. You got the id Software people, right? The guys behind Doom and Rage. Okay,
Right.
you got the Coalition. Get those guys and gals to join forces and say, hey, you know that anthology of Gears games we were telling you about? We're teaming up to make them for you. New, gruesome, never seen before stuff. It could work. That is a far out ballsy prediction. It won't happen. It's fan theory, but that's the whole point about this lack of marketing. It's boots on the ground. We're doing all of the talking for them. People like King Abs, Shadows, who, like, you know, in 2015, guys, I was the suited and booted civil service worker at the train platform. Oh, let me look up Gears of War. Whose name pops up? It's always Shadows. So people like him, you guys, I'm in the background doing the Gears stuff as well, do other content as well. They're looking at that and they're thinking, okay, right, people are definitely enthused about this. What are we going to build upon that momentum? It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of the phrase. It's kind of like cloaked marketing. They're not doing anything. And I think as soon as everything starts coming out, we're going to see the marketing ramping up. But I don't know if it's going to be a question of too little, too late.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting one, man. I love that. Extra, you got any last like major prediction, dude, before the showcase or the direct?
I don't know. I've spoken ad nauseum about predictions, so I have no clue. I think I've worn out all my options.
Dude, bro, we have gone through the absolute, like, the trenches, dude, of like just theories and yes, Kung Fu. Hey, I'm not. Hey, bro, I'm not there. Wait, you know what, dude? I got.
Karen herself.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Okay,
She's cool.
Okay,
I
listen,
speak to her
I
every
know.
now and then. She's cool.
Hey, Kung Fu. You know, people get on me. They're like, dude, like Zro, get on it with like reading and stuff because I'm taking forever to read Jacinto's Remnant. I suck. I suck at it or whatever. But I gotta ask you, like,
You
dude,
suck at reading.
Extra. Have you read the novels, dude?
No, I haven't gotten through the first one yet.
Okay, see guys, everybody who's watching this, it's not just me.
I can't read.
Yeah, dude, I need like the audio. I need the audio books or something, dude. I mean, because I get so distracted, dude. Like I'm thinking about like video ideas while I'm reading it and whatever. We're gonna I'll go on like a total tangent here, but Lost. I want to ask you, dude. And by the way, guys, I really appreciate all your guys' time. If you guys have to bounce or anything like that during this, like I totally understand, but I'm truly grateful for you guys. Lost, do you have any, you have like some kind of prediction that you have for the Direct, whether it's, something that we see that they show off that the Coalition does, could be a bold prediction or just a normal prediction. You have anything that you are expecting, predicting for the Direct?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, Kung Fu, bro. I love the energy. Extra and Zero know me as the fucking hype man in the chat. And dude, come tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be ready to run through a fucking wall.
Dude.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't care if it's steel. I'm gonna
Do it
that
right
shit.
now.
Right?
Dude, bro,
Like,
go do it for the content, bro.
this isn't really related to the game specifically, but I talked about it in the chat a couple weeks ago, which is I think to just further enhance this showcase, which this is normally something they would do in the past at like E3, but I think that they are going to. We've been hearing for like the last 3 to 4 months about the Xbox, Series 3 Elite controller and how the announcement is imminent. And then recently we kind of got like prototype pictures. I think they're not only going to show off, like a potential pre-order for an Elite controller that's Gears branded, but they'll also have the Series X because that follows in like, I guess you could say the lineage of what they've always done with mainline Gears games. So I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a combo of some sort, and it's going to be fucking fire.
Yeah, that thing's gonna look sick, no matter what they do with it.
No, I
It's
agree.
gonna look awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I can't wait to see the set, dude. You know what I mean? Like just the way that they're, they Extra Night, we talked about this, guys, quite a bit, that one of the things Xbox has done really, really good these last number of years is the showcase. I mean, dude, they've really crushed it. I mean, they just have, dude. With Phil Spencer, and now, I mean, we'll see what happens with Asha. I mean, Asha is saying all the right things. She's making moves to really try to improve Xbox as a brand and stuff. There's been a lot of rumor and speculation that she's not going to have like a super hardcore footprint on the showcase. I think, dude, she is going to have a pretty big presence here. I think that she's going to want to like show, because she's kind of, in a number of ways, I feel like right now she's trying to kind of get everyone to accept her as like, yeah, I'm not a gamer, but like, I was a part of like the core AI product development. I was a part of Meta and Instacart and all that stuff. But I'm here and I am locked into like improving this thing. And obviously, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, sees something in her. Now, maybe he saw something like, well, we can really pull out all of the AI tricks and the slop and shit, and kind of just create like compelling experiences, like more so with like utilizing AI in a major way. She's a pretty smart like just person in general. Like just by listening to her, she sounds very intelligent. We're gonna have to wait and see. She's making the right moves right now. We'll see what happens like as we go here with the games that are coming out, and obviously Project Helix and all of that. I think that she's gonna have a pretty heavy presence here at the showcase. The Direct, one of the things I wanted to kind of pick your guys' brains about is, you mentioned Kung Fu, the silence around the Coalition. We talk about this a lot. Part of me wonders though, dude, is maybe it's not going to be just one person that comes out on stage, like we saw with Rod and Cliffy B. Like I'm thinking, like, what if there's a team that comes on stage, like a number of people from the coalition that like, hey guys, we're locked into this thing together. It's not just one person, it's all of us. Like, you know, we're all trying to like, you know, grow the scene. We're trying to build this thing into something really special. And you've got Matt Searcy there. You've got Mike Crump there. You've got like, you know, but you also see some of the other faces of the coalition that are on stage in the biggest moment for them. I think that, I don't know Matt Searcy. You know, I haven't really seen much from him or Mike Crump. But I wonder if they're just taking a different approach. Things just feel different right now in terms of like just the way that they're moving right now. Part of me doesn't like it, certainly from like a marketing perspective and a just like not really seeing much about the game for 2 years. But at the same time, I'm very interested to see, is this like is it going to be like a one-man spokesman, or is it a team who are spokespeople? You know, Kung Fu, what do you think about that?
Look, Xbox is celebrating 25 years of gaming, right?
Right.
I can't see these people walking on and, oh, hey, hi fans, you're right. Yeah, we made this little game called Gears of War, unless they're gonna bust out some Viper sunglasses and go. But I think what's probably going to happen is you're going to get Nicole Fawcett. I think she'll be there. I do think that John DiMaggio and Carlos Fierro will definitely have to be there. If they're not there actually live on stage, probably a pre-recorded message for the fans just to get everybody hyperbolic and just going crazy like an extra father. I need more coffee for this. I'm going to be guzzling gallons of coffee tomorrow when this shit lets go. So they've got to make it, it's got to be a Kool in the Gang celebration type of event. You can't come on. It's like if you make a YouTube video, right, and your intro is like bombastic, but the next scene is you talking very quietly. It's not a great transition. You got to keep the momentum up. Again, Matt Booty, probably the greatest surname ever. I mean, if you saw his podcast with Tina Amini and Jeff Rubinstein, I mean, he was more excited for that game than anything else laid out on the table. 4 to 6, yeah, that's old news, man. It's all about Gears of War E-Day. So they better not let us down with that, and they better apologize to the fans in some way or manner. Like, sorry we've kept you in the dark so long. This is what we're going to do to make it up to you. And going back to Lost's thing about the special edition Xbox Series X console, that's got to happen, because I remember back in the day when the Titanfall console came up on 360. Oh my God, that thing was not 360. It was, I think it was an Xbox S version, or maybe it was a 360 version of Titanfall. That thing looked spectacular. I don't have a Series X at the moment. Now I've got an excuse to buy one if they announce it tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm there.
Dude, and some of the people who are putting those together, like through AI or whatever, some of them look sick, dude.
By the way, did you guys see, sorry to cut you there, Josh, did you see Cliff Blazinski reposting his thing? He said, okay, who did this? And you got Dom's head in an ice cube, obviously taking the piss out of
God of War.
God of War, yeah. I mean, you know, that's the other thing as well, very quickly, guys. I think Asher Sharma knows Sony's not in a great place at the moment. There's a lot of division and critical woohoo at them, and quite rightly so. They're all about the live service. They don't want to make the games you want to have in your hands. Xbox, this is the time to come in there, grab the bull by the horns, and yank it right out. Show them what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, dude.
They got to go all in.
All in, dude. All in all the time, dude. Yeah, it's, I agree. I really like that idea of them kind of apologizing. It's like, hey guys, like, we haven't forgotten about you. Like, we got this. We got you. Check this shit out. And then,
by the way, here's this.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. 100%, dude. I think. I think, dude. I think there's gonna be some incredible wow moments for tomorrow. I'm incredibly excited about it. Sir Beefcake, what's up, man? Dude, we've got just people like everybody is really, the community is really excited, dude. I mean, this is an exciting time, dude. Really exciting time. It should be, for sure.
Fucking should be.
because we've waited so long for for this moment to finally come. And dude, we've got let's see here. Okay, so this is an interesting one, guys. I do want to talk to you guys about this. So Bosky, what's up, brother? He said they need to retcon Gears of War 4 and 5. This is, okay, I hear this a lot, right? I hear about retconning this, retconning that. Kind of just, let's put that, let's just put it to the side, bro. Like, it never happened. Now, I will say this. I do think that Gear 6 is now being put on the back burner for the foreseeable future. I think that this is lining up right now for us to get the next number of titles in the Gears of War universe to be, we have Gears of War E-Day coming. The next one in a couple of years will more than likely be a Gears of War 2 Reloaded, the 20th anniversary of Gears of War 2. Couple years after that, we get an E-Day 2. Couple years after that, Gears of War 3. And then, of course, a couple years after that, E-Day 3. And you end off where Gears of War 1 started. Because we've got 14 years between E-Day to Gears of War 1. So they could truly make a new trilogy out of it. They could bring back the old trilogy that everybody loves. And then kind of go from there, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like, it just, obviously people are like, oh, they're going to go from, E-Day to Gear 6. And it's just like, dude, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why are we going to do that? In terms of retconning, it's like, to an extent, bro, you got to kind of own who you are. Like, you just have to own it, dude. You made a mistake. Or you didn't make the greatest game on the planet. Like, it happens, dude. At times, you got to just own it and move on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You got to.
Move on.
It's like, dude, if I'm playing, like, if I'm playing, I loved playing sports. And I used to play soccer or football in college. Football, which is coming here, dude, soon. We got the World Cup coming. Well, anyway, if I missed the shot and it was like a PK to win the game and I missed it, that's on me, dude. I let my team down. I let down the fan base. I let down everybody. But guess what? No. I can always lock in, get better, and I can hit that shot, in the future or whatever. If I, it's always about getting 1% better, I believe, at whatever it is you're doing.
Fault.
Yeah.
That's the community's fault.
Oh yeah, it's the community's fault, dude, for sure. Yeah, we got to point the figures at everybody, dude. Oh no, it's the creators, dude. They're talking too much shit.
They just don't know what we made.
Yeah, right.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
I really feel that if we have to just kind of own it as a franchise, as a community. We just got to, like, there were things about Gears of War 4 that I really liked, dude. There were things that I was like, I mean, it wasn't a perfect game. I mean, no game's perfect, but I was like, okay, well, let's see where it goes. And certainly Gears 5 was a step in the wrong direction. Gears Tactics had some interesting elements. Gears Pop was Gears Pop, like, I mean, it is what it is. And the direction that we were going down was a very, very bad one for the franchise. And the Coalition smartly figured out, okay, we need to pivot.
Thank God.
We need to pivot. Rod Ferguson left the Coalition, goes to Activision Blizzard to work on Diablo. And look, dude, we got like a fresh start. I mean, that's the way we got to look at this thing, dude. I mean, what do you guys think? Jack, do you think that they need to retcon Gears of War 4 and 5 and just kind of, hey, dude, this never happened, bruh?
I mean, if I was the creative director, guy at the top in the Coalition, what I would do is Gears of War E-Day 1, 2, maybe 3, then Gears of War Land Sea from the Locust, find the Lambent, like, what is it, 13 years or something before E-Day? So I gave Adam Phoenix 13 years or something. Do those, maybe 1, 2, 3 of those games, then maybe the Pendulum Wars, exhaust everything you can with Marcus Phoenix, because if Gears E-Day 1, 2, and 3, then you got 1, 2, 3. Then you can't do anything else with Marcus, and the story's over. So I'd do all of that, and then what I would do, I'd change the story on 4. Instead of killing Anya off screen, because that's stupid, I'd have her keep her alive, but then I'd have her death at the end of 4. to really drive home these new villains. Because the speaker a waste. Who the fucking knows the speaker? Have him kill Anya, and then I'll change it. But that's just me being creative and what have you. But I don't know. I think I agree with you. They should own it. Do as much as they can with Marcus and Dom to really, because people don't really want to see JD, Dell, Bats, whatever you're called, Kate.
Well,
people
okay.
don't want to see these characters.
Well, no, but
They
well,
wanna see the OGs.
here's the thing, bro. Like, I agree with what you're saying. The one thing though is that I think we all should agree that, like, yes, the main characters that we grew up with or that we have loved in this franchise is Marcus, Dom. That's the heart and soul of this whole thing. But at some point, you do have to pass the torch. Like, it just has to happen.
Yeah.
At some point, it's got to go to someone else. And I thought that from, like, passing the torch from Marcus to JD, it made sense. That's his son. I thought it was good. I just think where we kind of lost it a little bit was when we didn't get to play as JD for very long. They changed his character in Gears 5 to being just an asshole. And you start playing as Kate. It's like you couldn't really connect with these characters because we only played as them for one game. And so I'm not opposed to moving on from Marcus, dude, at some point. I love that we're going back, as these prequels, but I do think that we have to understand that, like, we gotta, in order for the franchise to continue innovating and going and moving forward, I think that there's so much more to Gears of War than just Marcus and Dom. There's so many other characters that are out there, in Sarah more than likely, that they're still yet to be explored. You know what I'm saying? That's my that's my only thing there. But I agree with what you're saying. Like, there's there's definitely things that need to. I don't know. There's things about those two the two Coalition titles outside of Ultimate Edition that were good, but also just massive steps in the wrong direction.
Yeah, the vision was there, but the writing was awful. I mean, I like the idea when they announced 4, and I watched a little bit of 5. I like the idea of exploring the hive mind. How did Mira actually control and communicate with the Locust Horde? I like the idea. I like the idea of going with Kate, but they just completely screwed it up. I mean, killing Arnie off screen. What are you doing, mate? These main villains are not main villains. Like, did that Kraken thing at the end of 5. Where did this thing even come from? If it can, bore underneath, why don't it go under the fucking walls and attack New Thera? Right. The writing was just. Oh, I could talk about this for hours, but the writing was just awful. Like, when the script needs to move on, Jack, that fucking robot sacrifices himself on this, unmemorable villain. Like, Gears of War 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, the villains weren't perfect, but they were memorable because they had personality, they had drive. Even though it was very limited, but the vision was there, the direction and the writing wasn't. So I would go back and rewrite 4 and 5. Maybe in Gears of War 6, you're more focused on Kate, but just a random ass hat pull of, all right, we're gonna JD settlement team. Are you red? So,
here's the thing: they didn't want to build upon anything.
No,
they wanted to change everything. They didn't even want to build upon anything.
Oh, 100%. The moment he started to get a sliver of character development, the script does a 180. Like, you just don't do that. Awful writing. But yeah, I mean, I could talk for hours about that, but the vision was there. Exploring the hive mind, I really like it. But the execution and the stuff that makes Gears of War Gears of War. I mean, playing rock paper scissors, trying to rescue Marcus Fenix. Like, are you off your fucking head? And then climbing the ladder. Don't look down. Don't look down. It doesn't. It's trying to pander to the new generation these days.
No, I agree.
Comedic nonsense. Like, one thing that really annoyed me was when they shifted to K, and then JD was like, right, that's an order. And she's like, no, I'm gonna go explore this.
Yes, bring you order.
Literally, the entire point of the cog is the order is the order. Marcus, when he disobeyed it, 40 years in a maximum security prison, had his face mauled by a dog. Baird ignored it. If I about a bullet in his brain, Kate, she's off. It lost the vision. The vision was there, but the writing was off. Yeah. I mean, I'll shut up. I could talk.
No, I mean, dude, I love it, man. Yeah, dude, there's what you're saying is true in a lot of ways. I mean, Starspawn, we had him on the Gears Cast a couple of Gears Casts ago, and he had mentioned that like, would we feel betrayed if like Gears of War E-Day adds new mechanics like a slide mechanic and stuff like that? And I told him that I felt betrayed by them changing the name of Gears of War to Gears. That's what I felt betrayed by, because it's Gears of War, dude. I just, if you started if this franchise started as Gears, all right, dude. But like, it's Gears of War, and like, all the excuses that come up about like, like they didn't want to have of War anymore because they didn't want to relate to God of War, and then YouTube was kind of had these like sensory or like whatever.
Oh, and then the smoking thing, like what?
Yeah.
Dude, bro, like stop it.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's
Just
crazy.
stop.
You
You
can't lose your identity,
look,
bro.
It's the Gears people, hey, instead of
Right. Yeah,
I mean, it could get away with it if the franchise was big enough. GTA, Grand Theft Auto, but Gears of War isn't. It might have been in 360 days, but it just ain't anymore. It's a whole scope of its former myself. So hopefully E-Day can bring it back to what it was, But yeah, it's just not big enough. It's dead in the water, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, dude. Like, I think that there's like a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of things. I mean, Kung Fu. What do you think about retconning? I guess like just Gears of War 4, Gears 5. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Look, so Beefcake is absolutely right. They should actually retcon those. The thing I hated about Gears 4, I mean, the cutscenes were beautiful actually, and the way they kind of brought back people like Anya in that new engine was really fantastic. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be spending like half the game fighting robot enemies and Prime Minister Min appearing every now, it got old really, really quickly. Oh my God. And just characters like Kate's father or uncle just like knocking down doors and going, yeah, I thought I'd do this. It's kind of like the MCU stupid humor creeping into what is meant to be a grounded, on the boot military shooter. It was a lot more brighter as well, which I wasn't quite sure that I liked. So in answer to the question, yeah, I mean, look, if Gear 6 comes out, it's going to be 2040. By then, and does anybody even care anymore? I think the answer is no, they won't. They're going to be so entrenched with the resurgence of Marcus and Dom. And I mean, hopefully, eventually, we didn't discuss it here before I came on. I want to see a glimpse of Damon Baird. He's my favorite. He's a wise ass. He's cool. I like him. And of course, the Coltrane baby. We got to get some kind of reference to them somehow. So yeah, if the retconning means bringing those legacy characters in and Garen Paddock as well, and all the others that we're yet to see, I think our prediction tomorrow, folks, is that you might see some voice actors dropping in, and they're going to say, "Hey, we're going to be this character in the game. Remember them? No, you're going to see them now." So I think eventually time will just be a bit of a healer. And yeah, I think they're going to do what they do with some Disney content on Disney Plus. It'll be like, shh, you know what? That Willow never happened. Just brush it under the carpet.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be the same with Gears 4 and 5. I never mention them in this room ever again. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I mean, they very well could do something like that. There's definitely a possibility. Lost. What do you think? You think that they should retcon Gears of War 4 and Gears 5?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be pretty straightforward with this. I'm not too wrapped up into it. I don't think it's necessary. But I'm not going to be overly concerned if they end up investing time in doing so. I'd rather them just focus on future endeavors at this point. It was a wash. It wasn't great. Let's move on to something hopefully that can be great with E-Day and beyond. And I wanted to sidebar for just a moment. Prior to this question, you had asked Kung Fu if he thought maybe it'd be one person, if it's a team that kind of presents, E-Day tomorrow. And I've long thought it'd be a dope idea. I know you guys have discussed how cool it'd be to have like an actual Emergence hole, where they come up, do the stage or what have you. I've long thought it'd be really dope. There's a celebrity who has been an avid Gears fan for many, many years. He's a legend.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Tank of a human being, Dave Bautista. Man, how legendary would it be to have this motherfucker in some like legit cosplay armor, a chain, like a retro lancer. It doesn't matter that he's bald. Throw some, throw Marcus's bandana on there and have him come up through the stage, dude. That shit would be.
As long as he's got the pounds on again, he's not
Would
Ozempic
be
again, he should be all right.
Yeah,
I wish
that'd
that they would
wild.
be that creative, to make it that big. I'm sure he would love to do it.
That, yeah,
I
that
mean,
would be wild.
Batista was driving hard for to be in the Gears film, wasn't he? He wanted to play Marcus
Yep.
Phoenix so badly, and it's just like he can't pull off what Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool when people said, "Look, cast him as in the role and let's leak something." They probably should have done that. Dave should have made a 5-minute feature film, a fan film of him as Marcus Phoenix, and oops, let's let it loose on the internet and see what fans do. You could have just. Yeah, everything could have been solved in that one instance, but yeah, I like that idea. I think there should be a crazy celebrity to promote Gears tomorrow. Yeah, but if Keanu Reeves pops up tomorrow doing that, I don't know why, but yeah, if he did that, he'll probably add a lot of sales. I think with the multiplayer side of it, Nick Merckx, if I'm not mistaken, started off his career playing Gears Online. If he were to get involved again, invested in that, it could definitely send the sales of the consoles and the game through the roof.
For sure. Extra, what do you think, brother, of, like, I guess, retconning Gears of War 4, Gears 5? What do you think, dude?
Oh, I think either way, I just don't want to touch Gears 6 unless they do something like, unless Kate becomes the baddie and we discover that Mira's like kind of like, she's kind of in her head, but we just don't know it, and there could be something about that could really drive the swarm/locust side of things. Like, what if in Gears 6 we're actually taking control of Kate and we're like thinking we're doing things like good things, but we're actually like the villain of the game? Like, something like that could change up, but I fucking don't see it happening in all honesty. So,
And like, what was canon? Like did JD die?
Yeah.
Did Dell
How
die?
did they get out of that box?
How do you get out of it? Like
you just
got-
fucking write yourself in a corner like that. Like
Like-
why would you do that?
Well,
Why?
Kung Fu brought up Mass Effect earlier. Well, what are you gonna do? Like a Mass Effect thing? Like, okay, whatever you chose, it ties to your console, and then like it, like it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like I think that you gotta. At the end of the day, I feel like you gotta own it, and it's like, let's just move on. Like don't go back to it for sure.
Yep.
But just move on. Dude, we got a bunch of people, dude. I really appreciate you guys. Shaquan Wise, what's up? Oh my God, bro.
Don't you ever say that I love Kate. Screw that.
Who said that you love Kate?
Darko?
I mean,
You gotta spell her name
rewrite
right
it.
first.
You
Bro.
go to 5, and JD wakes up and it's all a dream. There is no Kate. There is. No
Hey,
Storm.
that's an idea.
Imagine. I thought he was talking to us then. But yeah, no, hopefully they stay away from it. There's so much they can do before they go back to Gear 6. I mean, I want to play some fucking Locust, man. I want to chainsaw and, play as a grunt, the Locust army.
Or an Onyx
fight
Guard.
against- Yeah, all the fucking, the Cliffy beat, what you wanted to do. Like, fucking do that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, like an
Onyx Guard
ODST
are a
version of it.
joke.
Yeah.
The Onyx Guard are a joke. We need to see them actually, the special ops being special, not just, stupid cannon fodder.
I want to see an Onyx Guard take on a Palace Guard.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what I wanna see.
Chainsaw duel.
Yeah, I
So much they can do, man.
You said, what about my mom?
yeah,
They better release a lot of merchandise for this game, like T-shirts, bandanas, gym gloves, everything. They can go balls out, man. And so far, I've looked on the Xbox official store, and that seems to be going through some kind of weird thing at the moment where nothing seems to be up to date, or maybe it's just the UK servers that's causing that. But I'm like a lack of anything. Back in the golden era of 360 and PlayStation 3, there were tons of merchandisable things you could buy, man. And now it's just like you got to go to Etsy or Temu to get that, and it's not the same thing. You want official Xbox mofo merchandise. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want.
Right.
I've got the money here, Microsoft. Just
right.
print the goods.
Yeah, that's what, dude. I was
make
I
it
was-
available.
I was telling Extra that, dude. I was like, I just don't do the microtransaction thing. Like give me
Yeah.
give me the like
Yeah.
physical stuff. Give me the You know what I mean? Like the
I want the midnight launch to return. If a midnight launch is happening in London for Gears E-Day, I'm down there with a Rode mic and talking to random strangers and uploading it on YouTube. I've always wanted to do that. Never had the chance. I want to do it now. So
Oh mate, I
we'll
come
see
down
what
from
happens.
Manchester to London just for that. I'll fucking kick the door down. Let me have it now.
Oh, can you imagine, guys, if they've got the Gears E-Day standees in the game shop and you walk in there and you say, hey, by the way, are you going to give that away? Or are you going to auction it? Or are you going to throw it in the bin or the trash can, as you guys call it? Yeah, I'm there.
right.
Yeah.
Give it that.
No, that would
Cosplay as a berserker, run through the door.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. There's gonna be some really cool. Well, I was gonna ask you guys. You think there's gonna be like pre-order stuff? Because that's kind of one of those things that I've been kind of wondering about is
I
the
don't know, bro.
pre-order
Games
Still
stuff.
don't know the
probably.
release date. Still don't know the release date. So is it too late to do pre-orders? Who knows? Like, they've left it really last minute, haven't they?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on
People
when
get
it's
burnt
coming
on
out.
pre-orders.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably coming out September, isn't it? Round about September. 3 months.
I think so.
Maybe.
I just don't want them to do like pre-order it and you get access to the beta or something. Like you have to pre-order in order to get access. Like we need like the beta to be available to everybody immediately. None of this, you know what I mean? I don't want them to.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, don't put it behind a paywall, dude. Like I just let everyone play it so they can see like, okay, this is what we've got, you know, coming. And yeah. We'll have to we'll have to wait and see on a lot of this stuff, guys. I mean, obviously none of us have had any real communication with the coalition. They have kind of locked everything down at the coalition. They have been quiet, silent. They have not let anything out. It's unbelievable that nothing's been leaked. Nothing has just gotten like even like just a major rumor that, you know, they just kind of spit out there, you know, like how Rockstar has, I mean, they've done such an incredible job, dude, with just like how they've been getting everybody so up in arms about, you know, trailer 3 and like the little like leaks and the AI stuff that's coming out about it. I mean, it's wild, dude. And so I really, they got to lean into starting tomorrow, guys. It is imperative that the coalition is posting consistently free marketing on social media. They are like communicating with the community. Like there just has to be like this. It's got to be almost like a partnership, dude. Like, I mean, we've seen both sides of it. We saw, you know, Gears of War 1 to 3, the golden years of Gears, and then we saw, you know, Gears 5, you know, to now, like this dark age, second dark age of Gears of War. And we also saw, you know, a dark age within, like, technically speaking, a much shorter dark age with Gears Judgment. And so,
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
yeah. And so now we're finally, like, I don't know, like now that we just need reinforcements in terms of these now, or I guess we need it reinforced that we're back in the golden age of Gears of War once again. And they've got to, if we're all in for them, you know, there's got to be this like, hey, I got your back, you got my back, like brothers to the end. Like, are we going to do this? And so I really think, guys, that all will be shown tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm going to give everybody here that's on screen, guys, we're going to do our final thoughts. I'll go last. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been joining, but you guys have absolutely been crushing it. You guys are Gears of War. You're the heart and soul of this thing, and I'm just glad, guys, that I'm able to be along for the journey, along for the ride with all of you. Tomorrow's going to be special. I'm going to start with you, Kung Fu. What's one thing, man, that in terms of your final thoughts, what is something that you've got to say to the Gears of War community, dude, as we're less than 24 hours away from the moment? I'm calling it the moment, dude. The moment is a big moment
Emergence.
tomorrow. Yes. Emergence Day is tomorrow, and that's really where we get to kick this whole thing off. What do you have to say to the community, dude, as we're less than 24 hours away from this thing?
I need to see you mugs. You need to cry. You need to sweat blood, shit tears, everything. You're gonna be so shell shocked at the end of that presentation. They say it's half an hour. I think it's gonna go on a little bit more. It has to. There's gonna be some sort of podcast special straight after that they haven't told you about. But look, Gears of War, it's important. We love it. We breathe it. We, as discussed here, we replay the old games. I even replayed Judgment because that game gets a ton of shit. I even play, where is he? Grayson Hunt is right there from Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm I call the unofficial Gears of War game, but it's got those mechanics in there. It's just the bit, except it's first person. But honestly, guys, breathe it all in tomorrow. Don't. I hope none of us come away feeling disappointed. I don't think that's going to be the case, but take it all in, soak it all up, then rewatch the presentation again, and again, and you'll dissect things. I know Jack here is going to get his little magnifying glass out and examine every tooth and nail and everything else, any crevice he possibly can.
Yeah, all in, brother, all in. Jack, what do you got to say, dude, to the community? Everybody who's here and who's really excited about this moment tomorrow. What do you got for everyone as we're less than 24 hours away?
With the returns here, we're going back. We're going no more Kate Diaz, no more JD, Marcus Fenix, Dominic Santiago. The boys are back, brothers to the end. Actual support as well. No fucking up the Nash and fucking off. Proper support. The hype is back. You know, you bet I'm going to be watching the what's the voice actor for Coltrane? Lester.
Augustus.
Yeah, Augustus.
Lester Space. Sorry, beg your pardon.
God, the Coltrane runs in whole brain. You know, I'm gonna be fucking.
Well, he's actually there, isn't he? He's actually at Summer Games Fest, so he's got to make an appearance.
Oh, imagine if Call of Duty fucking comes out like a thrash spell or something. But no, yeah, I'm gonna be. You best believe I'm gonna be breaking that down frame by frame. Fucking hell, what's that little thing in the corner? Yeah, man. You know the hype's back. We're actually going back to being Gears of War. I mean, there's a reason why a 2-minute cinematic trailer has done more for the franchise than 20 plus hours of 4 and 5. You know. The return is here. Yeah, I want to see Carmine's getting fucking heads blown off. I want to see him getting ripped in half. Yeah, man, I want to see old characters, new characters. You know, new Locust. I want to see the unarmored Mauler fucking running it. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, let's go, dude. We're almost there. Lost. What do you got, dude, for the community as we, dude? It's every minute that goes by is a minute closer. Extra and I probably won't sleep tonight, but we're super excited about it, man. And you've been it's like, dude, you've been in a lot of these chats, just like the rest of the rest of everybody else here and stuff. What do you got for the community, dude? Less than 24 hours from the E-Day Direct, and probably the biggest moment that we have had in recent memory for Gears of War.
Yeah, man. I'll just say, not to be all dramatic, but I'll just say, look, life in general is like really, really difficult on a day-to-day basis. And for this community to have been grinding for the last 7 years, and specifically you content creators, keeping it alive day after day, you know, nothing being given to you. I'm very, very, very thankful for the 4 of you guys, because this is my favorite game, and it has been since I was younger. And so I'm just really, really happy, really excited that we're less than 24 hours away, and that everybody can feel this good in this moment about something that they enjoy. So thank you so much for letting me come on. This was awesome being able to talk with you boys about E-Day. Thank you.
No, for sure, man. Of course, that's the point of open mic, guys. I think that the community has a voice too. The community is Gears of War, and so it's important that we put a spotlight on that. Extra Father, my man, dude, this guy's becoming like my partner in crime over here. We are 24 hours, dude. The big day's tomorrow. Like, what do you got, dude, for the community, man? Gears is back, dude.
Dude, we're almost there. I've got butterflies in my fucking stomach right now.
Yeah.
So like, it's this is gonna be a special day. I'm gonna remember this day for the rest of my life, most likely. Like it'll probably be a picture of me reacting to the showcase on my wall. Um, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be one of those times that you'll just always think back to. Like, wow, that was really special. So, like to be in this community and to grow on YouTube with Gears, like in in a in a weird kind of way. It's like it's been really fucking cool to come on the Gears cast and talk to everybody and like do collaborations with other creators. It's been really fucking cool. And you guys out there, it's nothing without you. Just remember that. So this game is going to be great. I know it. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think you all hit it on the head, man. I've told you guys many times, you guys who have been watching the shows, I'm treating E-Day like this is it. Even though I don't believe it's it, I'm treating it like it is. Because if we treat it like it is, guys, we won't take anything for granted. We're going to go into this thing together, and what comes out on the other side could be something really, really special. I'm very excited about tomorrow. But, you know, I was telling Extra yesterday that I'm not wishing it to get here too quickly because I want to savor this weekend. Savor the weekend, guys, really, because when it's here, it's going to be gone just as quick as it's here. So enjoy the weekend, like take this whole thing in, dude, and embrace it and like just like be all the emotions that we're going to get from this thing. I think many human emotions we're all going to feel tomorrow, and we'll go in this thing together as a community, and then come out on the other side locked in, ready to run through brick walls, dude, ready to, whether it's creating content, support, like whatever it is, playing this game, dude. We're here for we're all here because of Gears of War, man. We all got together because of this thing, and so together we rise and together we fall, and together like we create like an incredible community, dude. So I'm all in for all of you guys. Trust me, we're locked in, and I truly am grateful for all of you for joining us for this episode of Open Mic. This was awesome, guys. Really, really excited about tomorrow. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. You guys can check out all these guys. Definitely check them out, guys, whether it's on YouTube or wherever you guys on X, all these different things. You guys can totally check out everything that's going on. And between Extra Father, Kung Fu, Jack, Lost, I really, really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. It's been absolutely awesome. If you guys enjoyed this episode,
I want to embarrass you for a second, Josh.
go ahead.
Go ahead and embarrass you.
Go ahead, dude.
I discovered you because YouTube recommended you to me. I thought, this guy's sitting in a chair. He's talking passionately about Gears of War. Do I turn him off or do I subscribe to him? Well, let me go back on his back catalogue. Oh, this guy's good. And here we are, together.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, George. Thank you for your service, sir.
No, of course, man. It was all, dude. I'm all in for this thing. I mean, I think we have a. It's important to me, dude. It's personal. It really is. People.
It comes true. Trust me.
When I started having people in my personal life, people on YouTube, talking really bad about Gears of War, it bothered me significantly because it's a game I'm very passionate about. But the things that people were saying were true. And so it was like, well, let's do something about it, bro. Let's do something about it. And I'm not going to complain about it, dude. We're just going to go into this thing and let's lock in, dude. Like I said, guys, I really appreciate all of you. Thanks for being here. And if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Stay positive. Just keep grinding. And as always, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, guys.